Hello, and thank you for joining the HVAC Mergers and Acquisition podcast. On this podcast, we're going to talk about how to prepare your HVAC company to get the best price and best terms when you sell, how to acquire other HVAC companies, and how to merge HVAC companies together. So anything HVAC mergers and acquisition related, we plan to cover. And today we're going to be talking about the importance of a professionally managed company. And you may be thinking, wait a minute, I manage the company and I'm professional, so it's professionally managed, right? Not exactly, right? So this is specifically related to the value of your company, to where when investors and buyers are looking at your company, what's going to make it more valuable. And professionally managed means the owner is not operating the business. The owner is not running things, right? So if you think about Fortune 100 companies, these are companies that are professionally managed, right? The owner is not running the company. The owner is the stockholders, right? And by the way, this is not investment advice, tax advice, none of that. This is my personal opinion on these topics based on experience. And so professionally managed is a very real possibility because it's already being done in Fortune 100 companies. And sometimes, these companies don't have the best talent, but they're operating as it's an asset, which makes them super valuable, right? And your company may have better talent than some of these other companies, but you are stuck running the company. So if you can find someone to replace yourself, then your company will be a lot more valuable. And you may be thinking, well, how do I do that? Right? Because you may feel like you're the only one that can do those things. And if that's the case, you want to get away from that. You want to break down the tasks that you do during the day, and you may have to find two people. If you're doing the job of several people, you may have to find several people to fill those tasks. But at the end of the day, you want to find somebody to replace you. And that's just like finding a tech or anybody else in the business. Once you document the things that you do during the day and you have your operational plan, the things, that sequence of events that happen and how you're involved in those things, you can find somebody to replace you. And then you just put out, you know, uh, an advertisement on Indeed or LinkedIn or wherever to find that person to replace yourself. And then you interview them, or you could have your team even interview them, or you can bring somebody else. If you don't feel comfortable, bring somebody else in to help you interview. There's lots of uh, fractional CEOs and chief operating officers and things like that can help you through that interview process, or mentors or advisors, whatever you want to call it. Just somebody else with experience in that area. You can find somebody. Go on LinkedIn and do a search. You'll be able to find somebody if you're not comfortable with that interview process. And it's a difficult process because most business owners are very attached to their business. And so you want to make sure that you bring the right person in, but ultimately you can find somebody that's very qualified to take over those responsibilities. And then you kind of exit the day-to-day operations, and you're more of a board member for your own company. And I think you'd be really surprised when you could exit to that level, the things that you can do for your company at that point, to where you're not tied in the day-to-day and stuck in the business. When you can exit and really think strategically about your business, some amazing things can happen. In addition to that, it makes your business way more valuable to investors because they know that it can operate without the owner doing the day-to-day. So definitely something to think about. Make your business professionally managed. Obviously, if you're looking to sell in the next few months, it's not really reasonable. That could actually be not good if you cause a bunch of changes to your business right before you're planning on selling it. But if you're planning on selling in the next few years, this is definitely something to think about. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for future episodes.